What if WWE 2K25 Universe Mode actually felt alive? I'm talking every aspect improved. Calendars, rosters, titles, rivalries, cutscenes, superstar traits, tag teams, factions, everything. Welcome to the goddamn show. Now, we're going to start off with rivalries. Now, I feel rivalries right now are too basic. You can't do three-way feuds, there are no tag team promos, and all the cutscenes feel generic. Every superstar does the same clothesline, the same move through a table. What I want to see is superstar specific cutscenes. For example, Randy Orton RKOing someone out of nowhere during a promo, or Roman Reigns hitting a Superman punch mid-interview. Rivalries should have branching storylines with betrayal, interference, or even faction wars. They should even affect a superstar's traits and the division that they are in. For example, a cowardly heel could interfere and cause a DQ, cutting the match short and starting a new feud automatically. Calendars. The calendar system itself is actually quite strong because PLEs are fully customizable, but it's missing big events that make a universe mode feel real and our shows feel real. Drafts, for example, would be amazing. You could schedule a yearly or bi-annual draft, which is automatically got some kind of coding in where, like the old days, if a Raw superstar won a match, Raw gets a draft pick and it's random, or you can select it yourself. That would be amazing. Anniversary specials, like for our own universe mode, not just New Year's resolution and day revolution, and day one. What about Raw 25 or Raw 50 when we hit a 25 episode? Could we have the ability? I know you can make that, but why can we not have something like that in the show? And theme shows like Halloween Havoc could be added automatically into the calendar just for a bit of fun. I know it is in NXT, but it could include everyone. A bit more customization, I think. Even countdown graphics or hype packages for PLEs would make the weekly shows feel more connected to the storylines. Imagine a 3-week countdown to SummerSlam. It immediately gives stakes to your weekly shows. Rosters and division. Rosters are okay, but there's always room for improvement. One superstar should be allowed in multiple divisions. For example, Seth Rollins could chase the world title while defending a tag team belt and still compete in mid-card feuds. Tag teams shouldn't have to be pre-made to enter the tag team division. You should just be able to select 2 people to enter that division, and it should make a tag team for you automatically. You could create odd couple tag teams or temporary alliances. That would make this so much easier. And I believe there should also be a GM slot in the roster with unique cutscenes for things like contract signings and things like that, and just the GM having conversations with the superstars. Divisions could also be expanded. I'd love to see things like, I know that it's more AEW than WWE, but like trios titles or factions like New Day or Judgment Day, just having like a separate division that's non-title, that could be quite a cool aspect. Title management. Titles feel flat right now. It would be more immersive if when a champion comes out, their nameplate showed stats like how many times they've held that title, any other titles that they've won, or how long they've been a champion in our universe mode. I also want the ability to completely erase title history and start fresh, so we can create a universe where we control every championship story. For example, you could start with a brand new Intercontinental Champion and track the reign from scratch. Weekly shows. Weekly shows need a bigger presentation. They are so bland and boring. Bring back show intro or even video packages, or let us make our own using in-game clips. Add a countdown to the next PLE like 3 weeks till SummerSlam, like we mentioned earlier. Backstage segments should have branching options. For example, during a promo, a superstar could attack, walk away, or recruit someone to their faction. Rival actions also need to be more dynamic, so the weekly shows feel alive instead of repetitive. Imagine a faction brawl backstage that spills into the arena. That's storytelling we don't see now in the video game that we see every week on TV. Tag teams and factions. The tag team system, in my opinion, is awful, especially how long the matches take. Factions need a dedicated tab so we can fully craft them, so we can assign leaders, the tag teams within. I know there is that element in WWE 2K25, but I mean like a completely different section. We could add like enforcers, and you can set the goal of the faction like domination or chaos, and there should be unique rivalry cutscenes for whatever they're set out to achieve. Maybe they randomly appear in a completely random match that you don't expect them to. And I would like to see trios titles. It would give groups like the New Day an actual championship to fight for, or making faction like storylines have an actual goal and something to fight over. Cutscenes. So cutscenes for me are really generic and repetitive right now. I don't know if that's because of my playtime. I'm sure a lot of you guys feel the same. Every superstar does the same basic move. We need superstar unique cutscenes. Like I mentioned earlier, Randy Orton RKOing someone mid-promo, Roman hitting a Superman punch, or Brock Lesnar doing an F5. Cutscenes need branching outcomes exactly like the promo system as well. A cowardly heel could interfere in a match and immediately affect the result instead of just playing out for the show. Cutscenes should be more than filler. They should drive rivalries, feuds, and story progressions. I don't feel like we have enough brawling ones. I don't feel like we have enough like hellacious ones. Like, imagine how, I know this is so far-fetched and such a weird example, but when John Cena threw Edge in the Long Island Sound, imagine if you could just do something out of the arena, like somebody gets like the car smashed up, I don't know, or something like that. Also, the promo system needs a lot of work, and I don't want to go into it too much in this video because I don't really need to suggest much to improve that. Just more attention and a hell of a lot more promo options and branching options, and tag team promos is a must. So for settings, the AI should actually pay attention to what happens in matches. For example, if Penta was to beat Austin Theory, and Austin Theory is a heel, the game sometimes could automatically trigger a minor feud cutscene a few weeks later without escalating it into a full rivalry. So Austin Theory could randomly turn up and cost Penta a match, and it could lead to like a penultimate match on a Raw and a SmackDown, or whatever show you run if it's a custom universe mode. This is something that happens in real life every week. We have so many minor rivalries. Could we not have like rivalries and minor feuds or something? Or could we have rivalries and feuds where the cutscenes may be a little bit less, but they're still so immersive? We can have like up to 8 on each show, and that would make it interesting. The economy of our universe mode will feel so much better. And this is something that really grinds my gears. Injuries should carry over. If somebody gets attacked or takes a risky move, they should be out or limited in future matches until they recovered, like in real WWE. So for example, one of the new cutscenes that they could add is somebody, like, let's just use Jey Uso getting interviewed by, and you could even include like Kathy Kelly in the game and have her like in universe mode. He's getting interviewed, he gets attacked by Roman Reigns, because we'll just use Roman Reigns, but they're due to have a match in the main event. Jey Uso could come out in a bandage, like with bandage ribs, and have orange damage before the match even starts. That is such a minor thing, but would be so good for the show, wouldn't you agree? And finally, I did want to touch on this one, superstar traits. I don't feel like they're meaningful enough at the moment. The game should detect when a superstar has a trait active a lot more, and push or bury them accordingly. Squash matches should be re-added, and so dominant superstars can establish themselves properly, and we can fully customize that to make sure that we can show the giants that we want in our universe mode. So if I want to pull Obafemi up to the main roster, I should have a division, or there should be an option in divisions. I should have mentioned this for jobbers. You put him against a jobber, it automatically detects squash match, or you can have the ability to have someone cost them against the jobber. It's too much detail to go into, but that is something that should be in the game, and that is something where superstar traits could actually be effective. Is a person a giant? Is a person got a trait where they can conduct squash matches? Like, what kind of caliber are the wrestlers? So folks, that's it for WWE 2K25 universe mode, but it's improved in every aspect. Guys, let me know if I haven't mentioned something, what you would like to see improved. I'm all ears. Guys, if you haven't joined the Discord, make sure you do. Thank you so much for sticking by. I know I'm not uploading as much now. Real life happens, I'm afraid. But I'll try my best to keep you guys in the loop and upload as much as I can. But thank you for being here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. Never miss an upload. Join the Discord, as I said. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.